So I've been playing 7 Days to Die a lot lately, and I've actually found that there is an alternative way that you can play. So usually, I would build up a base, mine survive, etc., etc. But actually, there is a way that not many other people play like. It's really good fun, and it's basically you are a wasteland biker, sort of traveling wanderer person. And how it works is you don't ever make a base. You have your bike and you go around looting places and just surviving. And the whole sort of aim is to reveal the whole map and obviously stay alive. So I'll describe. Okay, there's certain things that obviously you need in order to do this, so it's not something that you can go straight into, especially on high difficulty levels. Like I prefer to play it on the max difficulty levels, so you lose everything when you die. It's like feral zombies are running everywhere, feral zombies, all of this. If you play it on a hard difficulty level, then you're going to need certain things like before you go, so you actually do need to build a little base first of all, just so you can get the mats and everything, and it becomes more of like a late game or medium late game build. If you play it on sort of easy difficulty level, then yeah, you can almost go straight into it, but obviously you have to turn off things like zombies always run, because you will die otherwise. So this is how it works, the things that you need to describe, right? So you're a nomad biker, I've got it written down here, that's what I'm looking for. So you're a nomad biker, you get the bike. So let's say you're on hard difficulty level, you build up your base, and you scavenge stuff, and because the problem is with the game is I find once I've got to a certain point, even on really hard difficulty, it's kind of like I feel like I've beaten the game. That's why I put it on really hard difficulty. But with the biker nomad, it's just a completely different way to play, and it goes on for ages, because the map's huge, and it's constantly on the edge of your toes. But yeah, how I did it was, so I started as I usually would, made a base, and I got to that point at which I've got my mini bike. I had and some other things. These are the other things you need. You need a mini bike, you need a wrench, and preferably a spare wrench, or some forged iron in your inventory. You need food and water, obviously. Anyway, what I'll do is I'll talk about the needs bit by bit, right? So obviously you're traveling around on your bike, so you're needing fuel like all the time, but luckily on all the roads there's cars, hence why you need a wrench. But obviously you need to be able to fix that wrench, or you need to be able to find more wrenches, and to be honest with you, wrenches are really easy to find, so I've never needed to fix my wrench. Quality Joe is a really important perk for this level, because you want to be able to find decent wrenches as you're traveling. And then the other major concern is obviously food and drink. Now, usually when I play survival mode, building a base, I never put points into the camel or the other one. I can't remember the one that lowers your food intake. But as a nomad biker, it's really, really important. So I'd really recommend building 3 points into both of those. I think it's 3 points. So get camel up to max, and then you hardly need any water, and then get the other one, I can't remember what it's called, and you hardly need any food. Literally you can survive on a can or 2 cans of the miso soup every day. And obviously if you're looting places, kitchens and things like that, I've really rarely had a problem with food once I've got those perks. So as you're doing the survival bit and building your base, you're not going to want like -69, or you're not going to want sexual Tyrannosaurus. You're not going to want run, Forest Run. Like you would usually, I would usually choose those sort of things. In this case, put the points into the camel and the other one, and Quality Joe. So you need to raise your scavenging, and you need to raise your I can't remember what it is now related to camel, but anyway, raise them. The other thing you need to be able to do is kill zombies, obviously. Now, again, at that point, generally you'll have your favourite gun sorted out. So that's a difficulty though. You need to be able to repair your guns, and to do that you need repair kits, which is duct tape, oil, and something else I can't remember what it is. Again, you pretty much are going to find all those things when you're looting, especially the oil. You'll find that all the time when you get when you rent the cars. But then you're talking about how do you get bullets, and that is where the Duke's Casino tokens come in, and where a big part of your game style will come in, because bullets, you can't get them. You'll rarely find bullets when you're scavenging, so you're going to need to buy bullets from the traders. So it's a really good idea, so therefore you want money. There's numerous ways of doing that. The two ways that I use are doing the treasure quests, so you're going to want the shovel as well, and the other way is you're looting all the time, so keep things like calipers, beakers, tool and die sets, all of the things that go into the workbenches and things like that, because they sell for from 800 to 200 caps a piece, and bullets are really, really cheap, so always pick up them. The bike, if you're playing a multiplayer, you don't want to lose your bike. You are fucked if you lose your bike. So what I do is whenever I log out, obviously lock that bike, but also take the battery out. And if you've got enough space in your inventory, you could also take maybe the engine out. And this means that you can log and leave your bike there, and you should be okay. And that's another thing, obviously, when you're going around on your bike, you have the shopping cart on it, so you put all the stuff in it. Hunt while you're going around, you can do that, and you can put like, your campfires is 8 stone. So, but obviously you'll be attracting zombies with if you carry around raw meat, so put your raw meat in your bike. Find those traders, because you'll find that you sort of do kind of like loops, and as you're going around you head towards traders and like that, and gradually you'll reveal the map. Just stay on the move, always on the move. Through the day you are just, like I do it like in a grid, I go along and down like that, and then I'm just like, I'll get to locations, raid it, and as I say, you want to be keeping a little bit of food for each day, preferably the miso cans, and water each day. You want to be making sure you have 2 wrenches, one for use and one spare. Also making sure you have some forged iron, just in case. I've never really used it though, but I've got like a stack of something like 100 in my bike, and I've never used it. Making sure you have stone always, so you can cook if you need to. Making sure you have bullets, making sure you get currency. Also really important, always keep like antibiotics or honey, because when you get hit, if you get infected, you're screwed. But it's such a great way to play. You are constantly on guard, and I mean on a horde night, that's another thing. When it comes to Blood Moon, make sure you have a shit ton of fuel, because you are pretty much not going to stop for that night. And it's easy to find like a big road and just go up and down that big road, or you can, I don't know, make a temporary base for Blood Moon or something. I've never actually done that. I've just literally, in fact, usually what I do in Blood Moon is get off my bike, park it somewhere, put my bedroll down, and then run up and down a road, just mowing zombies down with whatever I have. If I have not got enough ammo or I don't want to do that, then you ride. But this game mode is it's really good fun. So let me know, what happens, what you think of it. Maybe if you've got any suggestions for it, or other ways to play. And Good luck.